Okay, welcome to part 22 of our Sunless playthrough. Really going into the deeps of the game at this point. We've done many things, and I guess there are a few left still to do, although we're trying to... the choices are starting to narrow. The stories that are left are starting to narrow down. Okay, so we're at the Undercrow. Let's go ahead and pause it real fast, just see where we're at here. And luckily, or not luckily, but I mean, last time I took some notes. I've been sort of trying to like consolidate the things we can do because really we're running low on things to do. So like the number of things we can do now is low enough that I'm starting to consolidate them into this one section here. So I have to go hunt around for different things to do. Okay, so we're trying to get Judgment's Egg. We can do more Blemmingans. Can send more captains to Rack. Currently they're in Vendor. It's looking for Vendor Bite? No, it's looking for No, it's looking for... Oh yeah, Vendor Bite. Okay. So we'll definitely hit a Vendor Bite for sure. We will do... We'll turn in our underwater port reports at Low Barnett when we're over here. We'll pick up the Tomb Colonist, do another Tomb tour in Vendor Bite. We'll go to Anth, try to get the max sharpness quality. We've been raising our heart stat. Let's see, how many secrets do we have currently? We've been using... Let's see, let's line up all our hearts officers real fast here just so we can take a look at where our hearts are at. We've raised just a bunch. We haven't raised it with her yet. Okay, we have 43 secrets, so let's raise it 3 more times here. Best way to extract a secret is to offer one in turn. It's a straight trade, one of your best discoveries for one of hers. It's not hard to drive the bargain. She sits back after dinner and tells you this. Most people think that the hard part of surgery is finding what's wrong and taking it out, but any fool could do that. A ship's cook with a cleaver can have that part of the job. The hard part is cutting, so you can sew it all back up again afterwards. And she demonstrates on a shark fin, leaving it in better condition than when she started. Again, we're trying to save like 40-ish secrets to complete the Song of the Sea, although we could go down and come back up again, because we're not... Until we get the Dread surmised, it's sort of irrelevant as far as the Song of the Sea goes, because we don't have the Dread surmise yet that we need to write the Song of the Sea. Even though we have many of the other things that we need. Okay, so we did that, so we're raising our hearts for various reasons. We could almost get it up to 150. We need 175 for the doctor. Because we have 40 secrets, so we could raise it up to 150 right now, but that's not enough to get to 175 yet, so we'll just hold on a little bit more. We could actually try the genial. We've been kind of avoiding this option in London, the genial magician, but we could actually try it when we get back to London this time. We gained some terror last time I think we tried it, but we haven't raised our mirrors a ton, although it's definitely higher than it was when we originally tried it the very first time. There's the final room in Frostfield. I want to gather a few things first. Would like to have a sun-filled mirror catch box. And a Judgment's Egg. And a Dread surmise. Like, these are all things that are hard to get, but like, if I could get these before... I was looking through my notes briefly last time about what I did last time I was in Fathom King's Hold. Not Fathom King's Hold, Frostfound. And I saw notes around those different items. So, there was this thing in the Command Canal about returning after you come back to Frostfound. Oh, but you need letters of the name which burns, which you don't have yet. Yeah, so there's all the notes I took last time. The Dark Room. This will wound you. The Western Sigma, the Mark of the East, the Scars of the North, the Touch of the South. One Dread surmise. 100 menaces yearning burning. Open a mirror catch box. Use a Judgment's Egg. Get the page from the Star Shell. I don't think we need to do that. Defy the gods of the Z. Yeah, again, my notes aren't very complete here, so I don't know exactly which of those options we're going to want to do. But I'd like to try to do, like, I would like to at least have the option to have these items in my inventory to see what we could do with them. If we see the Pirate Poet, we'll definitely farm her up a bit. We're supposed to bring Wine and Fathom King's Hall to progress the Cook story, so we'll definitely do that on this run. Use the recent news into Hoot. We'll be doing that for sure. Okay, so let's head back to Venderbite Anth right now. No reason to belabor the point any further. We'll just go ahead and set off. We have enough fuel and supplies for now. Don't think there's any reason to go to the Khanate. Not sure. We can buy more Moronic literature because we did all those missions that involved getting rid of suspicion and opening up the Nephrite quarter. But we could figure out which abyss. Let's see. Wait, which ritual do we have? Maybe there's a ritual that can give hearts, because we're trying to raise our hearts more than anything else. Let's see, which ritual do we currently have? Where is the ritual? Is it under A for abyss? Oh, here we go. We have the... Oh yeah, so we have the Rite of Solace. So this is actually reducing our hearts, but increasing our veils. So we should get rid of this. Because we want to raise our hearts, although it's actually kind of good right now because we can use our captains to raise our heart. We'll get rid of this at the end. Okay, so let's make a note of that. Remove abyssal right. Right. That is currently plus 20 veils, minus 10 hearts to get to 175 hearts. So we'll do that when we're closer to 175. Let's say if we reduce by 10 and we spend all our secrets, we get to like 161. So we're still not quite there yet. But we're getting reasonably close. I don't necessarily want to spend all 40 of my secrets. Also, we can spend secrets in Iron to buy a Judgment's Egg. Actually, maybe we should just do that. It's 10 secrets, but we can get more secrets. We know we can get secrets fighting the Lorne Fluke. We've fought him a number of times. Yeah, maybe we should just get the Judgment's Egg so we can progress the Campaigner's story. Well, let's hold off on that actually. Because there's a few other ways that I might notice that allows you to get Judgment's Eggs. I was hoping we would get another one from a different source rather than having to spend the 10 secrets, but so far we haven't. I thought there was a way we could get one in Iron Republic, but it involves a shop that I haven't been able to figure out how to reopen at this point in the game. Did we just pass over 2 things that gave us +5 to I wasn't paying attention? Oops. Looks like we passed over some Viric Radiance. Lost a bunch of hunger, we gained a bunch of terror. Oh well. Wasn't paying super close attention at the time. That's my bad. So again, we do want to go here. Like I said, I would like to have some of these items that might give us more options in the final room, according to my notes. I'm assuming we still haven't gotten a strategic intelligence, like some random location, right? Yeah. The mission for our one of our guys involves having strategic intelligence, but this fellow, but yeah, like I don't know how to get at this point because London is controlled by the anarchists. I'm not even sure how to get strategic intelligence. I don't think there's any reason to go to the Khanate. I'm just gonna kind of go this way over to Anth. I don't think there's any reason to go to the Abbot Horizon either. Just gonna pop in here because it's right here. May as well just take a quick peek if there's anything in here we need, or anything in here we can do rather. We're not trying to get rid of our Z stories. 1 fragment. Okay, we're also gonna need some of our Z stories when we go into Frostbound. another reason not to do whatever that option was. Again, I noticed with this ship, because it's so much faster, that we get to these points, we get to the ports, and we end up waiting a lot more. Okay, I'm pretty sure we don't need any of the things. We could petition the Taimen rather. We don't need to lower our suspicion. We don't need to sell our Memento Mori. This just raises your suspicion, right? I'm almost 100% sure it just raises suspicion, but we'll just take a quick look. Cruise past the gates. Yeah, plus suspicion. You get 1 memory and -2 terror. Okay, there's definitely nothing to do in here. That's for sure. We'll take one last quick look, just so I can remember fresh in my mind if there was anything we were trying to do. It's been a while since we stopped at the Khanate. I'm just going to take a quick peek in this other Khan's town here. Again, I don't expect there's anything here for us to do, but we can stop by Station 3. We do have a Sooth and Cooper long box, I suppose. I'm trying to keep our hold relatively less full than we had before because we actually do have poor wine on us right now. Because we can actually buy coffee here as well. And they can buy the empty mirror catch box. I just talked about getting a sunlight-filled mirror catch box. Okay, let's buy one of those. I can't buy wine. You can only buy coffee here. Don't think any of the things I had in my notes would involve coffee, right? Like none of the things I was like, things we could do none of these involve coffee. Okay, well there's the no, Blemmingen is not coffee, it's honey. Prisoner's honey. Not coffee. The only thing I have in my notes is using coffee and Scrimshander, which we're not heading that direction at the moment. We might need a little bit of fuel, but we can sell the romantic literature somewhere in the game. Maybe we can make some money at one point by just selling some of those. You can sell for 22, so each one is a profit of 3. And we can only hold like 20, so you could hold like, we could probably like 60 or something. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's a little farther away than I'm interested in doing at the moment just for that mission. We have the Anthean Romance, we did that already. Yeah, there's nothing else that particularly interests me as far as that goes. But like one more fuel. Oh wait, I was gonna see, is there anything else we want to do in here? Let's see, there's the network. Fortunately, these give you vital intelligence, not strategic intelligence. I guess we could try it once. Maybe it doesn't always give you. Okay, you gain suspicion when you get the poor report. Pay a storyteller. I don't think we want to do any of these. This is Khan's heart. Oh, I should not search for heart. I'll search for Khan. Khan's heart. Pay a storyteller. Memory distant shore and suspicion. Time of the tea house -3 terror. I'll try this just because like unlocked when an opportunity in Khan's heart 91 is no more than 100. You have 95. It just tells you how. I think it just tells you how high your network quality is. Again, I think this just gives you vital intelligence. Yeah, I don't know what to do with vital intelligence right now. We have 4 of them. I wish there was something we could do with it. Maybe when we get back to London, there'll be some event. I keep saying that. Maybe there'll be some events in London, but there never is. We still have that Sooth and Cooper long box in our hold. We actually have 2 of them. Yeah, we'll definitely go to Station 3 then. Yeah, we're trying to free up space in our hold. We're going to need 40 spaces in our hold eventually to fill up with Stygian Ivory. If we do get to the point where we can complete the Tireless Mechanics quest. So I'm trying to just like empty things out when I have the opportunity to do so. And we're already over here to Station A. We're not even close to the something awaits thing yet. Such is life. But yeah, I mean, we trying to do the few things left we have. I don't think there's any story left to do here. We kind of progressed. Was the Smith, I believe? There was two characters here. There's actually a Smith. Actually, I guess we haven't finished the Smith yet. Although it says you can only talk to this option's only here about when you have 4, no more than 5. We have a heart metal ingot in our inventory, right? Do we need another one for any reason? I remember I keep getting confused and like rebuying this one because I wasn't sure. I always miss the icon for it. I'm pretty sure we had multiple heart metal ingots at one point. Yeah, last time I couldn't find the icon, so I did this option again, and then I ended up oh, it's this thing, yeah, so I have 2 of them. It's the mirror catch box icon. Okay, so let's just do the surrender for payment option. Yeah, it just gives you 100. Turn later option doesn't do anything, right? There's no options here. Okay, yeah, I don't see any other options available for anything. I don't see any story options available here anymore in Station 3. Okay, well. That's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm. Shepherd Isles. Was there anything left to do in Shepherd Isles? I don't think so. You can get stories of different types there. You can trade wine and supplies. Oh, for strategic information. We do have 2 wines. Oh, maybe we can get a strategic information from Station 3. Let's see if we get this option or not. We have enough supplies we could do it. Ooh, 7 supplies, I think it said. Something up here, rural megalops. Oh, I was about to harvest it for food, but then our soldiers ate their food, so weren't able to do that, unfortunately. Still got some fragments. 20 for finding it, and then a few more for dissecting it. Helps us get to the next secret. Okay, do we have that option for, what was it? The rest of the Z, this option. Okay, we'll see if this does what it says. The rest of the Z, the bearded watchman scoffs. Here's what you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z, but a sniveling caitiff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises, but I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of the good stuff. 12 supplies. Wow, that's expensive. Nice, we did get a strategic information. I wasn't sure if there was any way left to get these. Okay. Visage. None of them show their faces. That's because half of them are snuffers. Know what a snuffer is? The other half don't know. Anyhow, the visitors take snuffer faces and make masks of their own. They can be anyone. I could be one. You could be one. Okay. That's a pretty high price for fuel and supplies here. So what did that... That was for... We needed the strategic nation to go to where? Avid Horizon with the Sigil Region Navigator. Okay, let's go do that. How close are we to getting some supplies? We can buy supplies in Anth and Mount Palmerston, but we want to go to Avid Horizon. We have 7.5. That's probably enough to get up to. Let's buy 1 supply. I think that's enough to get to the Avid Horizon, maybe back over to Mount Palmerston. Also, there's a ship over here. This could be the Pirate Poet. We have in our notes that we're supposed to try to farm her whenever we see her. Nope, it's a Penance, not the Alcaeus class ship, which is the Pirates Poets, but we'll see it anyway. Just go ahead and loot her. 1 cask of wine, hooray. Just trying to make sure I'm going to have enough supplies and fuel to get where I'm trying to go. Guess we'll stop in Chapel of Lights along the way. I think you can get some food there. I'm honestly the most worried about fuel. Because we're not actually very close to these other places. my lights off to conserve fuel here. Crawling stars, this one gives you some fragments. Most of these things end up getting fragments, right? Yeah, I mean, if you CC, you just get -3 terror, which if you don't even do anything, you get to have -1 terror. I don't think there's anything particular. We just missed the food thing again. There's no option to eat. Annoying, but what are you gonna do? Oops. Oh, there's one of the monsters there. I think that guy's like 1,000 hit points or something, and again, we don't really have the combat strength to fight those kind of things. We can fight the mid-sized monsters, like the 400 guys. We've been killing a couple of those, but the 1,000, especially when our hull is already quite damaged. Not going to try to attempt that particular fight. Alright, so this is for the Sigil Region Navigator. I'll give it Trist. Sure. We are doing this option. Lead the Sigil Region Navigator to a certain dock pillar. Scraps of paper, stiff with the northern frost, are stuffed into its cracks. Unforgiven. A message is carved into the wood. If you wish to return to London, if you seek the forgiveness of the Empress, if you will sacrifice all to make amends, record your name and crime. Your navigator hunts through the slips of paper. They are a library of villains and villainy. Here are murders, betrayals, treasons, and perjuries. He stops, stares at one, pulls it free. This is mine, he says. I wrote this. It is a confession. Beneath, in more recent and less careful letters, he has added a note. You do not answer. If I cannot be forgiven, then I will forget. The Chapel of Lights will help me for a price. He laughs wildly. Twice! I paid them twice. Once to take my memories, and once to guide me back to them. His laughter deepens to hysteria. 2 crewmen help you drag him back to your ship. Speak to him to learn his confession. Alright. Captain, may I speak with you in private? His voice is dull. His sigil throbs, red as embers in the neathly gloom. His forgotten crime. He hands you his confession, retrieved from Void's approach. Please read. The Navigator's Confession. A square of paper folded into quarters to make a booklet. Read the first page. To whom it may concern. I hereby record my full and honest confession in the hopes of absolution in Her Enduring Majesty's service. In May, my brother Richard and I took service on the Bonnie Swan, he as bosun, I as navigator. The captain, Swinburne, was a good man, but ambitious. When we reached King Eater's castle, our supplies were low, but we pressed on in the hope of finding land. There was none. Read the second page. Our stores nearly depleted, we turned back, and here I committed the first of my crimes. I mistook my readings and set a bad course. For days we steamed northwest, not west, into the empty dark. Our supplies ran out, and still no sign of port. Hunger set in, and terror, and what I pray was madness. Ravening, desperate, raving, we agreed to draw lots, with the loser giving up life and flesh, so the others could go on. So they committed cannibalism on the high sea, it sounds like. Each day his pain is a little worse. Read the third page. The first of us to draw the short straw was the captain. The second was my brother. My dear, solemn, solid Richard, there were more after. 7 times we drew. 7 of our number went into the pot, and not a one of them quietly. Those of us who made it back to port swore never to speak of our crime, but one of us, someone with a keener conscience than mine, confessed. I fled the noose to Z again. I regret it all. I will do anything, please. Speak to him to hear his last request. Read the fourth page. Here he scribbled his later note, when the Admiralty failed to select him for absolution through service. You did not answer. If I cannot be forgiven, then I will forget. The Chapel of Lights will help me for a price. His eyes meet yours when you look up from the page. They are dull as old iron. I am done, citizen, I am done. I have one last thing to ask of you. His last request. The truth has broken him. Parting ways. He buries his face in his hands. Even if I could remember, I would not want to. But it is only a matter of time until this, he runs a finger over his sigil, takes something I can't do without. Maybe I will forget how to breathe, or which way is north. Perhaps I will strand us all at Z again, and it will be oaths of silence and straws in the dark. Be rid of me, citizen. Put me ashore somewhere where I can be forgotten. Speak to him to learn where he might find peace. Ask him where he would like to disembark. Leave me on Codex, where my silence won't be questioned, or at the Empire of Hands, where no one will care. Choices. You have heard that the mute exiles of Codex reward anyone who brings them a new initiate. They pay with secrets of fire. There will be no such recompense from the apes in Port Stanton, but your navigator offers to leave you his tools, his charts, and notebooks in return for his passage. If you abandon your navigator at Codex, you'll earn a valuable item, or in Port Stanton in the Manor of Hands for a lesser reward but an increase in your mirrors. Or perhaps there's another, less pleasant option. I mean, it looked like there was an option to eat him. If you have Menace's Unaccountably Peckish 3, you could eat him. Okay, so the navigator. Did I have any notes of what I did with this last time? I don't have any notes on the navigator actually. I mean, getting more mirrors could be good. We also need more items. Like we need Searing Enigmas, Judgment's Eggs, Dread Surmises, all those things. I feel like we could take them to Codex, earn a valuable item. They pay with Secrets of Fire. It's probably a Searing Enigma. That sounds like a Searing Enigma. A Secret of Fire. What's the description for a Searing Enigma? Let's see. Yeah, mysteries are fire, truth burns. That sounds like that's what that is. But we do need more of those. Oops. The other option is a lesser reward, but an increase in your mirrors. I mean, mirrors would help us for that one mission in London, but we don't need a ton of mirrors for anything else. Yeah, let's take him to Codex then. Okay, so let's take him to Codex. Let's see. I'm gonna add some notes for my future playthroughs. This is the Sigil Region Navigator. So final choice. Take to Codex. Take to Empire of Hands. Or the other option was to eat him. It would be a release for him of a sort, and has a certain sanguine poetry. Yeah, like he has nightmares of the time when he had to eat his crew. So eating him, eat him, requires Peckish 3. Probably not gonna do that option. We're gonna do this one. I think this one makes the most sense for my current playthrough. So we'll go to Codex. Okay, well, we finally got that strategic information. I was happy that we got that option. Wasn't sure if we were ever going to be able to complete that mission or not. Wasn't sure if we'd ever find another strategic information. Okay, we have 3 fuel essentially. Can we make it to Mount Palmerston? I mean, I hope we can make it. Not sure what other options we have. Well, all the things are kind of equidistant from where we're at. We saw that there's a couple options when you run out of fuel. There's like, you can burn, you can like search your supplies for fuel. But we don't have a lot of supplies either, so. I think you can buy fuel in Mount Palmerston. Palmerston. I know you can buy supplies. Yeah, fuel 9, supplies 22. Okay, well, hopefully we make it. Not gonna fight anything, because that would only delay our journey. There's 2 things over here. These aren't as hard as these, I think. But either way, we're not gonna fight them. We don't have enough fuel to do any circling around and whatnot. A Leifberg. I would fight that, but I don't have any fuel, and also my hull strength is not currently very high at the moment. Come back and try that another time. Looks like we'll have enough fuel to get to Palmerston, thankfully. We haven't been back here in a while since we carried the Devilus off. I think we came back once after we carried the Devilus. I don't think there's a lot left to do here, right? I'm pretty sure you gain terror if you go up to the top. Maybe we'll explore the island this time. Yeah, I don't even have in my notes what Explore the Island does. I think last time we went up to the volcano and there wasn't anything there. Okay, it's just one of these random encounters. We'll do this option because we did this once and it wasn't amazing. We gained some fragments. We've seen that option before. There wasn't really anything particularly new there. I don't think we need any zoop. We just need enough to get back to London, really. Only like 13 fuel is probably enough. Or like 10 supplies is probably enough. They're kept in sealed canisters, possibly as ammunition. I don't think we have any use for Devil Bone Dice at the moment. So I'm not going to buy any. Alright, we do need to go to Anth though, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, there's a guy up here. Let's go ahead and fight him. Not sure if there's anything. Usually, we haven't had much luck killing the other ships recently. I mean, we've had luck killing them, but we haven't gotten anything out of it. Other than the pirate poet herself, there hasn't been a lot of interesting stuff happening when we're killing these ships. But we haven't killed any Faustic Corsairs recently, so I suppose we'll try this one. Story stuff from this. Defeated the Faustic Corsair. What will you do? Investigate the hold. Pick up 4 drowning pearls. Okay, well. Don't know that we have any use for drowning pearls at the moment. We still have enough fuel to get back to London. I don't know. We can probably buy a little bit more in Anth. So we've raised our hearts a bunch, so in theory we should be able to get the capacity for sharpness now, to get all the different sharpnesses in Anth, I think. I think that's the goal here. So we'll see if we have our hearts high enough to do that or not. Got another tryst with our officer. Lost all of our terror. Okay, we get the port report, we'll get some sharpness capacity, so let's go ahead and get our hearts up as high as we can. Do we have, how many secrets do we have right now? We currently have 40. I mean, we could raise our secrets up a little higher first. Does she raise ours? Just out of curiosity? She does. We haven't seen her description yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and raise it up to 100. I think all of our officers that have hearts for up. So this is the last we can do for the officers that go up to 100. We have one that goes up to 150. Increase your hearts. Oh, thank you. This is actually very interesting. Let me see if we can find something useful for you too. Learning begets learning. The campaigner's knowledge is vast, but her patience not always vast. She's never discourteous, but you do occasionally catch her looking at the clock. It says 83, but it says 98 up here. You have 100. No more than 100. You have 100. So I can do it one more time. Okay. We can still raise it with the other officer, with the Nacreus outcasts, but I was getting terror when I was doing it with him. So I just delayed doing it with him until we have to. Okay, so let's get in our heart stuff here. Hearts. Yeah, it's up to 128. I mean, we're making progress to 175. We still got a ways to go, but if we spend 50 more to go from, we only spend 47 more to go from. Wait, what am I saying? 47. Yeah, we're trying to get to 175. So we spend 47 more secrets. Essentially, is what that boils down to. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can get the capacity for sharpness up. Still only 66% chance, not very high, but I guess we'll give it a shot. Alright, we can now take on another sharpness. So we'll get the sharpness of the spleen. So just talk to her. I don't think there's anything to do in here. No, there's nothing to do in here. Just checking. We'll get the sharpness. We could also try to do this at some point with 5 meter salt and unread log. We don't. Oh, that's only 50% chance. Anyways, we'll do liver. We will. What is this option? Gather flourishing intelligence. Do I have this in my notes? Don't remember off the top of my head what this option does. Gather flourishing intelligence. Don't see this option actually. Gather flourishing intelligence. Requires sharp liver. This is where spies gather after all. Unlocked when Anth flourishing intelligence 10 and no more than 10. Begin at Klon's Glory and continue at Anth. Okay. Let's see what this does. Oh, it's a strategic information quest. They know the contact you're seeking. He's not here. He's gone sharpen the liver, no doubt, says the woman with venom ruby ring, but he's also a student of codes and encryptions, and that has been taking him to the chambers of the tongue. The man next to her makes a face. These people are all terribly rude, he says. Stay here with us. You're retrieving information from Anth for Khan's glory. Did we get information? I wasn't quite sure. Go back to Khan's glory with information from Anth. Did we get information? That was not very clear to me if we actually got some information or not. We don't have any recent news. What does the continue the celebration option do again? Continue the celebration. Oh, contribute to celebration just gives you supplies. Okay. So this one, so it advanced information for Khan's glory story, I guess. Okay, I'll go back to get some more sharpness. We'll get the lungs, I suppose. If you cannot select this, have we done the tongue yet? I feel like this isn't one that we haven't done as much of. I've been trying to get to this one, but you need it. Actually, I think we can get to that one now, can't we? And now we can get the skin one. This is where your fighters are. Those who get tired of their scars and people too proud to hide anything about themselves. The blistering abyss. The sharp-skinned of Anth have no reason to fear heat or edged implements or bruising rocks. Snakes and stinging insects are a game to them. The suicide of wafts on crystal Anthian skin is one of their primary sources of comedy. These people have the most to do if they wish to conceal their condition from those above the Unterzee. They almost never leave Anth, but if they do, they wrap themselves in bandages and pass as tomb colonists or mask themselves like a native of visage. You crackle when you move. Are you transparent? Do you display your ligatures to the world? So we can seek your spy. You will always gain information rewards towards your quest, but you may also gain a bonus. Okay? In the Granite Corridor, where the most linguistically skilled assassins may be found. Information in great supply. You are searching Anth's sharp-tongued chambers for information to return to Khan's glory. Your query answers your question in macaronic riddle verse, using words from 3 languages, 1 allusion to Khanate post-fall epic tradition, and 1 clue formed entirely from whistling noises. You wouldn't want to make it too easy for you. That would be an insult. You come away with a better understanding of the strategy of Khan's glory, and more than enough information to fulfill your quest. The Khanate may not be allowed to acknowledge the land beneath the waves, but it knows what's down here. Okay, so now we have the report. It says you are searching Anth. So do we have the report? I'm not 100% sure. We can take the stage spitting. What does that do? If you succeed, you get -3 terror. Hooray. We can offer passage to the tomb colonies. There's a clear-skinned traveler. Oh, remember that when we did the tour that one time, we lost one of our tomb colonists, and I was wondering, like, I wonder if there's a way to get more tomb colonists. It looks like here's one way to do it. Yeah, well, we're independent by anyway, we may as well do that. Plenty of bandages. You went clear in the skin to prevent bruising in the embrace of a mineralized wife. I thought I was rising to a challenge. I thought I should become a stronger person. Then she laughs. She does not offer the rest of the story, but you already know more than you would like. She wishes to reach Venderbite without undue attention from strangers. She has a pile of bandages and a coffin she has built herself from scavenged wood, but she will need your help to do the rest. Okay. So another new option here. Visit the Dauntless Palette. Here it is. Lamentable relic for a strange catch. That's not very exciting. Okay, those are all the new options we've gotten. There's this listen to the group of people option. Just lore I have in my notes. No new options here. Okay, can we get the final sharpness, or do we... It's 54% chance. Actually, there's... 2 more sharpnesses. There's 3 more sharpnesses we don't have, actually. Let's try this and see what happens. I don't know what happens if you fail. Okay, gain terror. We can try again. Okay, gain terror. Gain terror. Okay, now we can take on another quality. I mean, we're only at 24 terror. It's not like... It's not that scary. I guess we can do the skeleton one. Any new options from that? Practice holding the seating in place. I can reduce terror with this option. Trade... Oh, here we go. Trade heart metal. We've had all this heart metal. We have anything to do with it. Doesn't give you anything particularly useful, but I haven't found anything else to do with these heart metal ingots in the game. Heart metal. Well, you can sell them for 120 in Rosegate, I guess. Or I get 1 training trophy, 1 Tail of Terror, 1 Managers Door, and 7. This seems like a better trade. The Gallery of Axes. Strength and a resistance to pity. These are essential for an executioner, and they need, of course, the best weaponry. The hooded Anthian is impressed with your offering. He will make a keen and pitiless blade. She tells you stories in exchange about her travels, her duties, the people and animals she has hunted. She even presents you with a huge curved tooth. Corroboration for her story. She doesn't need it any longer. You're careful not to look under the hood. Alright, got some stuff here. Is that repeatable, just out of curiosity? It is, so we can do that again. Let's try to get more sharpness. Alright. So now we can take the lungs or the groin. We'll try the lungs, I guess. May as well just try to get the last one, since we're pretty close, and we have terror to spare. We're on our way back to London, so it's only 40% chance, but I have our success. All right, we can now hold 7 sharpnesses. 7 is the maximum. So we're going to flourish in the groin. We've done all these options before. So we can visit the Garden of the Sharpest. You are almost all sharp after all. What other new options has been presented to us? Nothing here with Rosina. If we had a Drowny love song, we could offer it to the Drownies in the cave pool. Don't have one of those. We don't need to reduce our terror at the moment. 15 for how much? Minus terror, was it? Minus 3 terror. That's not very... No, that's not the same one. Practice holding the ceiling in place. Minus 3. Also minus 3 terror. If we had romantic literature, which we did this before, mingle with the hurriers, getters, and thrusters gives you some fuel, but if you fail, you lose crew. 50% chance. We can stop by the smokehouse if we had 5 prisoners, honey. What does that do? Gives you a ton of supplies and fuel. Like, holy smokes. I wrote 1x, but I think it's 5x. Okay, let's go ahead and visit the Gallery of Sharpness. The Garden of Sharpness. Garden of the Sharpest. You are almost all sharp after all. A broad tunnel. The vines that hang along the tunnel walls are all nurtured crystal. Their fruit glitters, their fallen leaves wobble without breaking underfoot. In time, the tunnel opens out to a vista, a grand cavern. The Garden of the Sharpest. It is a cavern of giants. They were all at one time men or women or other creatures you might meet familiarly on a London street. But they are larger now, grown like oaks into the cavern floor. Their bodies are clear as lens glass. Their faces are past the necessity of expression. They are your superiors, but you have come far enough that you are willing to help you if you wish. Note that you can develop at most one of these areas. You will not be able to change your mind. Choose wisely. I don't think I've ever done this before. Let's see. This is the garden of the sharpest. Yeah, I don't have any notes on this. Um, Let me consolidate some of these notes here. After healing Rosina, cure 1 x 1 supplies. Let's change this to the Garden of the Sharpest. Requires all sharpnesses. Sharpnesses. So we have some options here. We can return without changing anything. You've seen enough. We can train your eyes to sharpness with their help. Train your eyes. This will exchange all of your current sharpness and your capacity of sharpness for a substantial boost to mirrors. Oh, okay, I see. Boost mirrors. It's going to boost a stat. Hone wits. Boost pages. Harden your heart for hearts. We'll probably end up doing that. Harden your hearts. Boost hearts, obviously. I mean, these are all kind of straightforward. I'm not exactly sure why I'm writing these down. Turn your muscles to stone. Boost. I'm assuming it's iron. Yeah. Okay, well, we're trying to get our hearts to 175, so we'll go ahead and do that, I believe. I'm trying to think if there's a reason to do it now versus later. If we boosted it, so we have to get to 175 eventually. I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's any particular. So we get 5 hearts. I'm assuming this is not repeatable. We've lost all of our sharpnesses. Oops, I should have finished if there's other things we wanted to do. I guess we can get them back, maybe. Wait, did we lose our capacity for sharpness? We did. Oh man. Ruthless instruction. Your instructor sets you on her knee. Here is the business of a well-trained heart, she says. To pity, but not to make undeserved allowances. To protect, but not to treat the beloved as a child. To admire, but not to lose the capacity of discrimination. To serve without abasement. To govern without dominance. To care for each without forgetting the demands of all. Then she teaches you how to dissolve and regrow your heart from a grain of sorrow. So we now have the Anthony Advantage Quality 3 hearts. Have you used your sharpness to enhance a particular skill? So it was +5 for hearts. I assume they're all +5. So can we re-get our capacity? Yeah, we can recultivate our capacity. Okay, so we have the capacity to be sharp again. Just gonna get all the sharpnesses one more time to see what the options, to see if anything new has changed here. A little annoying that I have to go through this dialogue every time, but it's not to be helped. Okay. So we can go back in the garden. Let's just see if there's anything else we can do here. We can listen for people. We can visit Rosina again, in here. We don't have that. We don't want to do this, I don't think. Let's do this one just to see what happens. Take the stage spitting. Antheans clear in spleen, skin, and tongue. Insult one another for sport. There's a solace route for second place. First place is not rewarded. Accept this solace. Second place, it is yours. You defeat all but your final opponent. So I actually got a or 1x solace fruit. Actually got a solace fruit. You defeat all but your final opponent, then leave yourself open to Anthean attacks. Your prism edges are not sharply defined. Your flesh is oily. You still enjoy the taste of food, but you force yourself to accept all these crude attacks. It would be fatal to lose your temper and defeat your opponent at this late hour. Okay. I just wanted to see what that did. Use terror. Again, we don't want to. I mean, we'll probably do this again. I don't see any reason not to get some more of these options here. I don't think we care about this one, right? We looked at this. We haven't done this. Let's just do this once just to see what happens. I have in my notes already, but visit the Dauntless Palate. Offer a lamentable relic as a challenge to those sharp in liver, skin, and tongue. Above revulsion, contact toxins do not trouble their skin. Serpents cannot pierce them. Venoms milked from the fang cannot make them ill. A mycological poison is merely a challenge to their knowledge of toadstool terroir. The club is run by a large, jolly Anthian who poses daily challenges. He offers your relic in buffet, and the members find it a very acceptable test. He offers your relic in buffet. Not sure exactly what that means. You're allowed to collect your own pallet from the feast. Okay, so they ate my relic, I guess? It's a skull. So is this repeatable is the question to get stats. I don't think it is, right? Now you can just greet your old teacher. No one has moved, but all are a bit taller than they were the last time you came this way. Refusal. Do not ask for more instruction, says your teacher. If you go sharper than you are now, you will never leave Anth again. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We did all the sharpness stuff. Let's go ahead and update our notes that we don't need to come here anymore. Just gonna make sure all these options do nothing, like return without doing anything. Withdraw through the tunnel. Can I guess what they say about you? Okay, well now all the options are open anytime we want to come back here, because we have all the sharpnesses. What was the taste? I guess like Solitude. I mean, Solitude is worth more than a intriguing snippet, that's for sure. But what do I do with a Solitude? You can buy them here. Is there a place I can sell them for money? I can sell them for 4 memories of distant shores in Igel. Can trade them in the Nook for tolerance and 20 nodule. That's probably the most useful thing to do with it. I kind of want to try this one more time, just to see what happens. Okay, so if you fail, you get nothing. We'll put that in the notes here. What were we just looking at? Anth. Alas, you're quick and you're vicious, but the others in the chamber have been playing these games for much longer than you have. They know each other's foibles. You can make out they can make each insult stick. You fight to an honorable failure in the second round. Lost our snippet. So it's like what? It's just 50% chance. It's just a 50% chance to succeed. Okay, well, I just wanted to see what would happen. This one we saw gives supplies. Okay, yeah, I think we've done everything here. Let's get a little more fuel, I suppose, just to make sure we can get to... Actually buy 1 Chintolak for 1 meter salt. I'm not gonna do that. Make sure we have enough fuel to get back to London. Actually, what's our hold space looking like at the moment? Just out of curiosity, 67. We got a lot of supplies from doing all those missions. Like I said, I want to update the notes because we don't need to do anything in there anymore. So, was there anything repeatable? I mean, you can use the intriguing snippets here to get Solace Fruit at a 50% chance. I'll add these as a note. So we don't need this anymore. So in Anth, you can trade intriguing snippets for solid fruit or other things at a 50% luck. So if we have nothing else to do in the game, maybe we'll come back to Anth and do this a bit. We did this. We're gonna do this. Current one of these is vendor bite. Current is vendor bite. Undershroom, Empire of Hands. Just kind of bolding some of these place names like I like to do. fragments, unsea monsters, farm the pirate poet, get wine to fathom King's Hold. Okay. Yeah, if we remove the abyssal right, this is giving us -10 hearts, we'll be all the way up to 143. So we only need plus the. Oh, I actually have this equipped right now. I should actually put the claim in back in here. Or Blemming in back in. Actually, honestly, I should probably just leave this person in because hearts gives you damage. No, wait, hearts gives you tests around terror. Well, I'll just leave this guy in. I've been leaving him in normally. And then these first officers, I mean, it's kind of. Okay, so we need to go to Codex for the Sigil Ridge Navigator's quest. It sounds like we're going to lose him. I mean, he's not like a particularly great officer. It's not if we lose him, we'll just replace him with like this other one, the Carnelian Exile, because he's only 6'3". She's also 6'3", so he gives you a little bit of veils instead of pages. But if we lose him, is he the only one in our troop that can raise mirrors? He probably is, but I'm not trying to raise mirrors on this character. Veils, iron, nothing. Hearts, like pretty much everybody else raises hearts. Like this one's hearts, this one's hearts. She's mirrors. Okay, so that's fine. If we lose this guy, we still have the Carnelian Exile anyway. He's veils. I guess it's like the category, right? The engineers do veils, the officers do mirrors, the surgeons all do hearts. And what do the cooks do? Also hearts for some reason. I feel like the cook should be doing. Let's see, the cannoneers do iron. We just said the navigators do mirrors. Who does veils? Oh, the engineer does veils. Nobody does pages. Yeah, why don't the cooks do pages? And nobody raises pages stats. Weird. Unless there's like a mascot, but yeah. It feels like the cook should be raising your pages. Or maybe the cook should do hearts and the surgeons should do. No, it makes more sense for the surgeons to do hearts. I wonder if that's just like a bug or an oversight that the cooks don't raise pages. I mean, the cooks don't make a lot of sense. It's like book learning, but I mean, just like having nobody in your crew that can raise pages, that's kind of weird. I'm gonna hit this rock. Can't tell. Okay, well, this is actually going better than our last couple of sessions. I've been a little like, I wouldn't say distraught, but sort of like down in our last couple of sessions because we really haven't done a whole lot. We've been sitting around doing a few minor things, but we haven't progressed like very many stories in the last couple of sessions. So this one I feel like we're actually getting more stuff done. What do we get here? Unlocked chest. Ooh, we got we got a captivating treasure. A rare piece of rare scrimshaw inside a long hollow tube of bleached bone. Round holes mar the surface. Writing, your bosun observes. They're right. Along its length rise elegant script. The holes disrupt the text like a ministry censor, like burn marks on parchment. So we salvaged a wow, we salvaged a capturing treasure. I should be sailing around underwater more often. I didn't realize you could get things like that at a random event. Now we're gonna be sailing around underwater a lot more. I mean, it raises your terror because you can never get the green terror dots when you're underwater because of how dark it is. But like when you're in land, when you're land, you can turn your light on and get to green. Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and allow your navigator to join the mute exiles. You had a good run, buddy, but we're also definitely gonna do this for sure. We need more unread logs. Ran out of those. The stones of Codex crawl with sigils. Your navigator steps into the enfolding silence of the glum gray shore. His tattoo shivers like a nesting gull. Goodbye. One of the mute exiles brings him a loaf of brown algae bread. Another gives him a chipped jug of water. The navigator does not thank you or say goodbye. From the moment he sets foot on the isle, he does not speak at all. But he takes your hand in his, briefly, before turning to the exile's cave. As you leave, one of the exiles tugs at your sleeve. He leads you to an unmarked stone the size of a church Bible, produces a chisel and a hammer from his robe, and strikes the stone 3 times. It splits in half. Inside, a sigil the color of quartz glistens, trapped in the stone like a fossil. The exile gestures at you to take it. Yeah, like I said, I assumed this would give us a Searing Enigma, and it did. 1x Searing Enigma. And he has joined the mute exiles. Each day his pain is a little worse. Well, farewell, sweet officer. We have replaced you with another. We're definitely not trading a Staggering Enigma for a Dune Montander. If anything, we'll probably end up trading like our Captivating Treasures at some point if we ever need to do that. Since we're right here in Wither, we'll go ahead and check it out, although I don't have anything in my notes specifically telling me that I should be going back to Wither, but I haven't been up here in a number of play sessions, so we'll just go and take a quick peek. Things may have changed and I didn't update my notes. I certainly don't always get my notes accurately updated. So we'll try it one time, and if there's nothing here, we'll know never to come back again. Yeah, like I said, this has been a pretty good play session so far. I've been happy with our progress. Happier than I've been in our last few play sessions. I was a little bit sad that I didn't think we would ever be able to get enough strategic information to finish that mission or that story for the navigator, but apparently we found one. So this is where you can get the Defy the Gods. There was an option actually in... Well, this increases your hearts and iron by each. Up to 110, and set your terror to 0, but you'll never be able to remove any God's curse or benefit in certain other ways. Yeah, nothing to do here. I'll just do the random event here. I guess we'll try something mysterious. We have been raising our hearts quite a bit. What exactly is Tyrant's Treat? The vendor is vague. It looks like something like a charred stick dripping with bluish fluid. Failed. Gain 5 terror and 5 hunger. Hold your nose. You follow the vendor's advice, holding your nose as you swallow, but the smell, something like rotting fruit, still makes you gag. The stick is leathery. The blue stuff is stiff. His rubbery as drying mucus. You failed to keep it down and disgraced your captaincy there on the street. I kind of want to just like hang out and try this again. Oh, you can sell the figurehead of the Eater of Names here, but it's only for 1 extraordinary implication. That's not particularly exciting. Oh, you can sell your Stygian Ivory here for 3 Tales of Terror. That's actually a really good deal if we needed more Tales of Terror. I'm not going to sell this yet. I don't know if there's anything else to do with this thing. I'm going to hang out here if 1 tick of something awaits. I want to try that option again just to see what the other outcome is if you don't fail that test. All right, while we sit here, let's just update our notes. Is there anything else we haven't done here? Let's see. We have all the port reports we need. We still need the Dread Surmise, 7 Searing Enigmas. Okay, yeah, I don't see. We can delete the Sigil Riven Navigator from our notes. We're getting closer to doing the 175 hearts thing. Not quite there yet. Alright, let me try this option again here. Oh, it's a different challenge. Definitely not going to gamble 1,000 echoes at a 31% chance to win. I guess we'll just do this one again. Failed. Okay, well we gained a secret. Okay, well we're not going to say it here again. It annoyed me that we failed an option that had like a 75% chance to succeed, so I just wanted to see what happened if you succeeded. But it looks like it's just one of the random events that you don't always get every time, so. Not gonna hang out here forever to try to get it. Just want to try one time to see if we can get it back. Alright, we're going to Vendor Bite. We got a couple things to do there. We could fight this guy. We don't really have the whole strength at the moment. Next time we come back and we see one of these guys, we'll definitely fight him. I'm a little worried about our whole strength. I'm not going to do it now. Restless Nights. We're not going to let them look at the stars. Things go badly when you look at the stars. Maybe we should be doing that one. That one gives you snippets, I think. Or it gives you 10 terror. I forget exactly what it gives you. I think it gives you 10 terror and something else. I need to make sure I equip our concealed compartment. I'll just do it now so I don't forget. It's not like I need this aft gun equipped all the time anyway. Otherwise I might get taxed when I go back to London. Alright, this place is not very exciting. Just lowers your terror a little bit. Here's the lure Captain Duncan. That was one of the options we wanted to do here. We could sell a shipment of red honey to the tomb colonists, but it's less profitable than London. Okay, we don't want to do that. Where's the... Weren't we carrying someone who wanted to come back to... They'll pay their passage to the tomb colonies. Sell them there. Oh, you just sell them. Oh. Well, let's... We have the hold space, right, to do another tomb tour? Yeah, let's do another tomb tour. And... See, we will need to... We have to get one more Tale of Terror. We could have got one up there. Happy Operator, I appreciate your efforts, Captain. Here's a small token of appreciation. It seems the last tour was not entirely last. I would like our passengers to think of you as a wild and romantic Z-Dog, not as a charter captain. Okay, so... Oh, you have to do the supplies thing. Right. Okay. Yeah, we can buy a few more supplies to get back to London. That's fine. Will you take them on one last diversionary tour? Maybe a longer trip. Make sure you have supplies. It's fine. Buy a couple more just so we can get back to London. Alright, where do they want to go? Let's see, Vendor Bite. Where is the tracker for these stupid tomb colonists? Here. No. No. Objective. It's gotta be one of these, right? Corsair's Forest. Okay. Okay, we're on the tomb tour. Go to Gators Mourn. I believe that's what that's called. You can also just sell them, just straight up. It's kind of funny. I think 3 supplies is enough to get back to London. Oh, we have to go into Low Barnet though. Let's buy one more, just so it takes a little bit of time to go underwater. Alright, are we done here? Was there one more thing we wanted to do? I forget. Okay, we can explore Vendor Bite. Search warily. Gain a cache. Gain 1 Tooth and Cooper long box. Okay. We have another tomb tour. Hooray. Fortunately, they take a bold space, but is 12, right? Plus, well, I had one extra one, so I actually have 13 tomb colonists taking up bold space. Kind of annoying, but we're looking for things to do. There was somebody who wanted a tomb colonist. I'll have to look at my notes if we ever find it again. It was in one of the underwater towns, I think. Getting close to Low Barnet. Let's go ahead and go underwater. That's it. Okay. I remember having trouble finding the right pixels to go underwater with over here by Low Barnet, so let's just do it ahead of time. Plus I said we should be underwater anyway, because like there's interesting stuff to find sometimes underwater. See if I can navigate through all this stuff. Yeah, like this thing here. Is this a thing? Just check this real fast. I got some supplies. Nice. Terror's getting a little high to be underwater, but we'll lower it a bit in London when we get there. Okay, we are... I don't think there's anything left to do with the parson, right? He's gone. All we can do is just trade. We'll get our storyteller up to 7 and then trade it here for rewards. I don't think there's anything to do with the bell tower, right? Yeah, we're not going to ring the bell. We already know about the bell. Yeah, we're not going to ring it. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have to go use this thing. Wait, what? Is it not going up? I'm confused. Oh, I guess we had 0. Oh, we had 0. Okay, that's why. Okay, well, we have 5. We get 2 more, we can get the rewards. Okay, yeah, nothing else to do here. That was the only thing. That was the only thing. This isn't anything, is it? No. Okay, we have our something awaits. We have our aft compartment equipped. First time back in London in a little while. A couple play sessions. See if anything new has popped up. Probably not. I think we've kind of done most of the stories. We're going to try the mirrors thing while we're here. Breath of Relief. Click message from the Harbor Master. The Alarming Scholar has something for you. Go ahead and pick that up. And he gave us a crew. They'll do. With training. A student of mine has long wished to go to the Z. She's eager and clever, and she grew up on a ship. Okay. Let's see, the Roser's War. Oh, we could sell our Solace Fruit here. That's fine. We don't have any particular need for this. Go ahead and sell it for 75 echoes. The Brass Embassy. We could, okay, here's where we sell the Firkin of Red Honey. What's the other option? What is this Tingle in the Spine option? Wander by the docks, wander through the Ladybones Road, wander through Miss Punny's Carnival. Did I start writing with this note? I think I just started writing this recently, right? Yeah. So last time we did wander through Ladybones Road. So let's go ahead and wander by the docks, I suppose. It's pleasant enough to walk among the toilers. The dockers are engaged in their labor, loading and unloading cargo. You pause by an abandoned warehouse to watch. What's the time? The sun has set. The moon glows. You enter the barn and throw yourself into the hay. The owls are quiet tonight. Maybe the warmth of the day has them tired too. The vibrant lady isn't tired, though. You grin as she opens the barn door and stands full lit in the light of the moon. The vibrant lady. You wake in a dank warehouse atop an old sack of mushrooms. Your pockets are lighter. Someone has robbed you in your sleep. Okay. So this was -5 terror, 1x vision of the surface, -10 echo. It was very similar to the other one, I guess, plus 25 fragment. And what's this thing? Are you quite yourself? Memories are coming to you. Okay. We'll try this in a minute. Let's just look through the rest of the options. Could sell our live specimens here. We do have a couple of them. Might be an option. Probably have some things we can sell to the scholar. We could sell him the fluke core. We could sell him the live specimen. What does he buy them for? 100. So they're 100. They're 101 live specimen. They're 150 here, or was it 120? I think it was 150. Okay, let's go ahead and sell our red honey. 99999. Ah, delicious. I think I smell a memory of innocence in that one. In this one, no, it's despair. They have a similar bouquet, you know. Okay. There's nothing else to do in here, right? Other than just... I haven't figured out... There's no way to get the port reports of Fallen London. At least I haven't seen a way to do it. We'll do this more once we have determined we don't need to do them in Frostfound. Your lodgings... We can take a quick look at the thing for the Song of the Z, but we're getting pretty close. We just need the Dread Surmise. We have all the port reports. We need 3 more secrets, 1 more Tale of Terror. I mean, the Dread Surmise is the main thing at this point. Yeah, just the Dread Surmise. Does it end the game? It allows you to retire happily, and it's a pretty nifty item in its own right. Okay, so it's not gonna like end the game immediately when I click on this. It's gonna give us a nifty item in its own right. We're gonna start. We're pretty soon. We're gonna start doing this. We're gonna start giving. We're gonna start bequeathing our heirlooms and treasures to our future captains. We don't do it quite yet. Terror's a little higher than I like. Let's go ahead and spend the night in London. Lost 5 terror. We do need some repairs. We can go ahead and do that. We're not going to change ships, right? Yeah, we don't have enough money. Again, we could sell our captivating treasures to buy like this one. I don't think we could sell enough to get to this one. This one's such a minor upgrade though at this point. It's almost exactly the same as this current ship we're in. The only difference is it has the forward slot, but it has less stats. This is the one that I really want now. I did want this one at one point, but that was before we got the Clattery Heart. I wanted this one as an upgrade to the Merchant Cruiser, but now that we have the Clattery Heart, I kind of just want to buy this one. 30,000 echoes, unfortunately. I mean, we could still buy it. You get half price when you sell it back. Nah, it'd be a waste of money. I don't know if we'll ever get enough money on this playthrough to do this. I don't know a good way to get to 30,000 echoes other than selling all of our captivating treasures, which we could do it, and then we could buy the ship, but then like the game is basically over. Like the playthrough's almost over, so like what's the point? Okay, let's go ahead and equip all of our mirror items to try to do the mirrors thing with our fellow magician. So we'll get him equipped. He's the engineer. Mirrors 2. Mirrors. No mirrors. Okay, so we're up to 92 mirrors. We'll go ahead and try this Forgotten Quarter. 55% chance. Oh, we need prisoners, honey. Okay, we can buy that here. Prisoners, honey. Okay, let's give it a try. My revenge waits for me there. I'll need honey to navigate the dreams. Can you lend me a barrel of the stuff and help me with the dreaming? I will show my gratitude when the time comes. Alright, we succeeded. Nice. A road of roses. Prisoner's honey transports the dreamer's body as well as mind. You walk beside the magician along a road lined with watchful black roses. The rosers built this way, he says, another of Parabola's servant peoples. It pleases me to use it against the kings of that place. Look, the light up ahead. When we wake, we'll know the way to the quarter. The magician's story continues. The genial magician's plan. What is it exactly? The forgotten quarter. The world is thin here, the magician once told you. Is closer to... Yeah, we already read that. What is this plan exactly? A prison for serpents. My enemy, he explains, roams the mirror merchants at the edge of Parabola. He taps the wooden statue. I have baited this image with sense of life. My enemy will enter and be ensnared. And then we can put its power to use, you and I. He frowns. There is a possibility it will enter me instead. Quite a real possibility. Should that occur, I trust you will murder my stolen body and fling it into the Z. What is this option? Obtain a eyeless skull from a forgetful archaeologist. Wait, who? Take it. One secret, and it's yours. The skull is tainted with irrigo radiation, which will damage your primary abilities. Don't purchase unless you're sure you want it. Okay, well, I'm not sure I want it. So we can either dissuade him. He's found a new life. This is too risky. Don't think that's what we would do. We can give him what he wants to complete his new plan. Where I go alone, but I must ask your help. I know you have already been a good friend to me, but this will be the last thing I ever ask of you. Perhaps not quite the last. If something else comes back wearing my body, you will see me drowned. Yes? Please? Have I updated my notes on what this ends up doing? Does it kill the magician? I'm okay to lose him. He's not like my favorite officer or anything. Yeah, I don't know. Final choice in Forgotten Quarter. So you can dissuade him. the hearts challenge. Or you can give him what he wants, give him what he needs. Give him what he needs. Takes 7, was it 7 Shintalak? No, 1 Shintalak and 3 Secrets. 1x Shintalak, 3x Secrets. I guess we'll go ahead and try this. We're trying to get to 40 Secrets, but we still need a Dread Surmise, so until we have the Dread Surmise, it's not really relevant. Okay, we'll give him what he needs to complete his plan. A hard victory. He is gone. Sure is. As he told you, for 11 hours exactly, you wait in the old caravanserai at the quarter's edge. Blue lights flicker in the mist, an unlikely wind stirs your hair. And here he is! He staggers out of the mist, blood trickles from his eyes, but he is smiling, an exhausted, desperate smile. He clasps your hand and leans on your shoulder all the way back. The magician's story continues. He's no longer the genial magician. He's now the satisfied magician. Okay, well, he's not in my inventory yet. We'll share a toast with the satisfied magician. The mission will not speak of precisely what happened there in the Forgotten Quarter, but he proposes a toast to the ensnarement of serpents. A cheerful banter. The magician is slower to smile than he was, but the smile, you think, is more sincere. He has no plans to leave the sea or your service. I owe this victory to you, he says. He looks down at the wooden serpent image where it sits in his lap. Its wooden eyes seem to brim with furious desperation, and this will permit some partial repayment of my great debt to you. Speak to me later. I gained a mirror, and we now have the satisfied magician. Oh, his stats are better. He's actually a pretty good chief engineer. He doesn't give engine power or fuel efficiency like the other ones do, but he gives 5 mirrors and 1 hearts. Plus, that's 1 more heart than we had before, because before we didn't have an engineer, they gave us a heart. So now our goal of getting to 175 hearts is a little closer. Okay, so now his new option is construct the serpentine. I have an idea. A weapon of revenge. I will set my enemy at the heart of an engine. I will make of him a beast of burden, but I'm going to need a dry dock and some money. Okay, well, we have money. What does it mean? Does it have to go to the dry dock? That's in London. Go to the dry dock. The Serpentine is a fuel-efficient engine of 1800 power, which increases both Veils and Hearts by 5. Oh wow, we'll increase our Hearts. What is our current engine? Well, our current engine is 3500 though. But it doesn't give plus 5 Hearts. So it's probably worth it for sure. Yeah, I mean, just having it in our hold when we want to swap it in for Hearts. Again, getting to 175 Hearts is what we're trying to do, so we'll definitely do that. That's definitely worth 1200 Echoes, I think. It's fuel efficient, but it's less powerful than the one we have. The Serpent's Prison. I have set him within a cage of fire. He can look all he likes. He can rage all he wants. His hunger will drive us across the sea. Okay, so this basically results in an engine, a ship engine. Engine that costs 1200 Echo. And it is a... Let's go ahead and look at it here. So it has fuel efficiency 10, Hearts 5, Veils 5. Pretty good engine. With power 1800, fuel efficiency 10%, Veils 5, Hearts 5, 5 Hearts. I'm not typing today. I wonder if I should have had this guy as my officer. I had him a lot in the beginning of the game because I like the 5 fuel efficiency, but I've been using her because her stats were higher and she had more engine power. I wonder which one I would prefer now. Okay, well we have this. We'll see how fast we feel with this thing equipped. I feel like we're gonna feel like probably a little too slow compared to where we just had 3500. Where's our other engine at? Let's see. Yeah, this one. I mean, 3500 to 1800 is a pretty big drop. So we only equip this when we want the hearts bonus, or we're low on fuel. But now we have that option. Didn't have that before. Let's go ahead and sell some of our stuff we don't need. We don't need all these live specimens anymore. Okay, they're 125. I wrote 150. Let me just update my notes to make that correct here. It's 125. We'll keep one, I suppose, but we don't need two for any reason. You guys just look. I keep looking through all these, but snippets are like basically useless. I guess we can use them in Anth. We saw that option in Anth. Up to 6 enigmas. If we do get 7, we could get Idris Miserhim, although it seems like it'll be the last option we ever get from him. The fluke core, I mean, we can get more fluke cores. Maybe I'll just sell this one. Gain some terror. Something has changed underneath. Memories. Prisoned light scratches on the surface of the core. Oh yes, the alarming scholar breathes. Oh yes, he seems to have forgotten you. So many savors. Come here, my love, come here. The Urigo glow at its core brightens. Color leaks from the room, to be replaced by one shade only. You wake slowly in your cabin. The swinging lights seem dull after the Urigo glow. Your eyes itch oddly. What happened exactly? The scholar you know will never speak of it. Something has changed underneath. Do I have this in my notes just out of curiosity? I don't think I ever did this one before. I did not. The fluke core is 500 echo, plus 4 terror, plus 13 fragments. It says something has changed underneath. I wonder what that means. Another time, another day, time the healer. Did that quality... I haven't been keeping track of this quality. It's up to 208 now. Something has changed. Anything around here? We don't... This says don't do this unless you know you want it. We're not going to do that. Nothing changed in here. Nothing changed in here. We could sleep. We still have some restful nights, right? Restful nights. Where does that show up? We have 25 of the light. So we need 100 maybe for the light thing. Where would restful nights show up in here in the tracker? Let's see. Networks, no. Objective, no. Memoirs, no. Favors, no. Okay, well I don't know where restless nights show up. Maybe it's in here, maybe it's in the hold somewhere. It wouldn't be a hold item. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Restless nights. It doesn't really matter. I was just curious. But I don't see where that's tracked. Again, we still need more secrets now. We've dropped down to 34, but we still need one more Tale of Terror as well. Nothing new in London. We should repair our ship because we're not replacing it yet. We'll go ahead and do the Admiralty Favor option. Okay, so I guess we're done here in London. We will... I could stop here. We could make this a shorter session and go ahead and end it here. This was how much? It was only like 50 echo or something like that. But it wasn't a lot. But yeah, we have some stuff to do next time. Let's update our notes for next time. I always remember more at the end of a session than I do at the beginning. So our plan is to go to the Iron Republic, I believe. I kind of wish I hadn't sold my last Lorn Fluke. Or trade one Lorn Fluke or in Iron Republic, because I think you can. There is some way you can get a Judgment's Egg. I just don't know how to get the option to show up in Iron Republic. Maybe it will never show up again. I don't know. But I would like to have at least one Lorn Fluke core in my inventory in case it does show up whenever I'm there. So we're gonna get more honey next time. Let's just buy the honey now. Let's go ahead and buy some honey. Not get too much because we gotta carry these prisoners. We want 5 wine or Forgotten Hold or Frost King's cabin, whatever it's called. So we're doing this. Oh, Nativity is where we wanted to bring them. Current goal is Gator's Mourn. We did this. Wine, we just brought the wine. We're not gonna do the Scream Chander. We don't have enough hold space while we're doing the tomb tour. I'm not gonna do that for now. Gonna remove the missile right. Okay, so we'll go to Iron Republic. We'll pick up the hydrogen. We'll go to. We did this. Oops. Well, we'll go to Rack. Turn to Rack along the way. So plan. Rack. Iron Republic. Eventually we want to get to Fathom King's Hold. We need to go to Gator's. Well, we need Gator's Mourn first, probably. Gator's Mourn. Rack, Iron Republic, Fathom King's Hold. Khan's Glory. Oh, we need to go to Empire of Hands at some point. Let's try to map this out here. Oops. So we're gonna go Gator's Mourn, Rack, Iron Republic, Fathom King's Hold, Empire of Hand. Well, Uttershroom, and then Fathom King's Hold. Uttershroom, I guess Empire of Hands, then Fathom King's Hold, then Khan's Glory. Okay, so that'll be our general plan for our next session. Covers the things that we have in our tracker here of things we want to do. Oh, Dahoot. We should stop in Dahoot as well. We can do that when we go. Should we go Iron Republic to Dahoot? To Fathom King's Hold? To Empire of Hands? Yeah, maybe we do that actually. Let's go Iron Republic. But then we don't go to the Uttershroom. I guess we go to Dahoot after Fathom King's Hold. And then up to Khan's Glory. We'll stop at other towns along the way, but like the ones that we actually have objectives for, like this is sort of the plan. We'll stop at Visage, and I do want to visit the Command Canal at some point, just to see if there's any new options there. We haven't been back there in a while. Eventually want to stop at Low Barnet before we head back to London, because we'll trade in our underwater port reports. But yeah, that'll be the sort of general plan for our next voyage. We'll kind of go along here, go over here, up through here. And we'll stop at some other places along the way, but those are the places. We do need to go to Irem at some point, because that's one of the places we can get a Dread Surmise. We'll keep an eye out for secrets. And yeah, that'll be our session next time. Alright, thanks for watching. Look forward to the next session when we're getting really close to 175 hearts actually. But we might even have enough to get it now if we spend all of our secrets. I'm not sure if we want to do that or not yet, but we'll figure it out next time. Alright, take care.